This video is brought to you by...
Man, we ain't hard to find, man. We downtown Baltimore, man. The heart of downtown, man. 215 West Saratoga Street, man. Come on through, man. Show some love, man. Yeah, you can't miss us. We out on the block with it. We right between Park Avenue and Howard Street, man. Come on through. And to you out of towners, man, you want to get with us, man. Come on through. Put this cool green on. Let everybody know, man, y'all with the city, man, that y'all riding with us, man, that y'all for us, man. Y'all support what we got going on down here, man. Because this right here, man, it's going worldwide, and it's coming straight out of Baltimore, and it's going to be bigger than Ralph Lauren real soon, man. It's coming straight out the city, man, and this what it is. And once you put it on, you're going to see what I'm talking about, man. This the real deal. Come on down, man. If you can't come through and shop with us online. Go online right now, man. CoolGreenClothing.com and shop with us, man.
What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For all the day one fam, welcome back. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. Y'all already know it's all love. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Brothers, that's a wonderful thing. Having someone that literally bleeds like you bleed. Having one or both of the same parents. Sharing goals and dreams together. Being on the same page. And just somebody you could call on to have your back no matter what. I got 3 little sisters. No brothers at all. But I used to always say, if I had a brother, I wouldn't have dealt with a lot of people when I was out there. It just would have been me and bro. Because I know my blood would have my back and best interest, right or wrong. Coming up in a struggle builds character. It also teaches you how to make a dollar by any means necessary. And street life everywhere in the world has ups and downs. I have been a lot of places and states, and I respect the culture in another person's backyard. But being a traveler, not to glorify it at all, and I hope one day my city wakes up, but Baltimore is a totally different kind of beast when it comes to surviving, to the point it's so easy to get jammed up or end up gone, because that's just what it is. When you deal with poverty, addiction, dirty cops, politicians, and the list goes on, it gets wicked in a different kind of way. Northeast Baltimore, the Alameda, Northern Parkway, all in that area. I remember me and my mans had an apartment on Macbeth Drive, right off the Alameda, Chickapin, and all that. And going to the shopping center to cop grass after work. We used to be geeking, like, yo, shorty and I'm wild. Everybody trying to make a sale, 100 dudes at your whip, trying to survive. But it's real like that. And it gets treacherous all over the city. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will be discussing the case of the Bruce Brothers, 2 young men that lost their lives just days apart in the Baltimore streets. According to sources, back in 2020, Cordell Bruce, at the time 31 years old, and his little brother, Cornelius Bruce, 27 years old, were trying to navigate life in Baltimore. Cordell, the older of the two, was said to sometimes be in the Alameda shopping center to politic and chop it up with a few close associates. Things would get crazy on January 14th, 2020, when Cordell went to the shopping center to meet 2 men, Christopher Brown and Darian Horton. The 3 were thought to be cool and even hung out from time to time, but that day, something went wrong when an argument happened between the group about a grass sale. Once everything died down, Cordell decided to leave the shopping center, but not long after, in the 1100 block of East Belvedere, Cordell was targeted and shots went off, hitting him. Unfortunately, the man didn't survive. As BPD were trying to get information in the case, nobody was talking, but the streets always talk. And Cornelius was hurt, his big brother was gone. And in the area he was familiar with, around people he was supposed to be cool with. The little brother allegedly put his ears to the streets and wanted some get back for his brother being gone. He allegedly linked up with a few people to come up with a plan to slide on somebody he thought had something to do with the situation. A young man named Jimmy Murphy was one of the people who Cornelius decided to trust and make a move with. And just 6 days after his brother's death, on January 20th, the men allegedly was riding to search for their target. But later that evening, a car was found on fire behind Lake Clifton High School. Fire crews and BPD was called about 9 p.m. to a burning vehicle in the 2800 block of St. Louis Drive. As firefighters put out the blaze, they noticed a charred body inside. As an investigation started, authorities felt like the scene looked a little bit suspicious and that the fire was man-made. Also, the medical examiner realized the person inside the vehicle had been shot before it was lit on fire, ruling the case a homicide. The victim was later identified as 27-year-old Cornelius Bruce. The two brothers were gone just 6 days apart, but BPD didn't yet have any motive or any leads. A call was made to the mother of the brothers, in which she stated when she received the call from police, the family were having a memorial service for Cordell, so she thought the conversation would be that they found his killer. But instead, they told her Cornelius was gone as well. That dealt another blow to an already grieving family. Their sister stated 1 week she lost somebody that was pure, Cordell, and the next week she lost someone that was delicate, Cornelius. Cornelius' body was being held in police custody for over a month, as it was considered evidence. They were searching for any DNA to solve the case, but the family still had no answers. Eventually, witnesses started coming forth. One young lady told BPD she was driving home from work on East Belvedere and saw shots fired and 2 men running. That was the night Cordell was hit. A few days later, a video from a BP showed a man filling up a gas can not far from Lake Clifton. As pieces started coming together, witnesses alleged Cordell met up with, at the time, 21-year-old Christopher Brown and 22-year-old Darren Horton on January 14th, 2020. After the argument about the grass, BPD alleged the men followed Cordell and opened fire, hitting him. They also heard that Cornelius allegedly planned retaliation with 27-year-old Jimmy Murphy on January 20th, just 6 days later. And while on the hunt, Jimmy shot Cornelius. It was speculated he was the one filling up a gas can to cover up the hit and light the vehicle on fire. A picture was painted of a drug transaction gone wrong and retaliation from a little brother that went bad. But it wasn't known if Jimmy intentionally shot Cornelius or not. A warrant was put out for all 3 men, and a $5,000 reward would be for Darian, who was considered a fugitive and went on a run at the time. He eventually was jammed up in another county after a lady got stopped in traffic. The car got searched and led them back to a hotel room where Darian was allegedly hiding out at. And almost 2 years later, on February 15th, 2022, all 3 men were indicted on first-degree murder charges, firearm violations, and Jimmy for arson as well. As the cases started making it to trial, Christopher and Darian were found guilty in the involvement of the death of both brothers. But at this time, they are both still awaiting sentencing. As for Jimmy, him and his attorneys rejected a plea earlier this year. He has a trial date set for March 1st, 2023. He is innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Cordell and Cornelius. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to the family. Some say Cordell was cool with Christopher and Darian, and they was jealous of him making moves. But of course, nobody really knows. As far as Cornelius, to me, it sounds like a backdoor situation, but I won't speculate. More of this story, watch who you trust and do dirt with. The same people you ride and eat with will be the same people who turn around and snake you. It's no love in the streets. Don't think your so-called mans won't knock you off, especially if money is involved. 2 brothers gone 6 days apart because they trusted the wrong people. But hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, Crazy story. Rest in peace, Cornelius and Cordell. I send my deepest prayers to their mother, their family. You feel me? I'm very familiar with this area. Very familiar. I lived up there for I want to say 2-3 years. And on the low, it be a lot going on up there. But I ain't going to talk too much about that. But as far as Darian and Christopher, they already got found guilty. They just waiting to get their time. As far as Jimmy, don't nobody know if that was him on the surveillance footage or not. But they trying to link that to the situation as well. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna tuck y'all head off. Y'all heard the story, leave it in the comments. Remember to be respectful. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.